want to give first and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash, the bonus of the apostle and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect. All you sensitive sisters and kids out there watching. Basically, I want to touch into how Esau Edom's judgment is almost here. Esau Edom's judgment is around the corner. You know? Because Esau Edom is the main reason why this world is turned upside down. Why everything has a wicked vibration. Esau Edom pushed that vibration that it's okay for a man to marry a man and a woman to marry a woman. Which is wicked, evil, and going off according. And it's going off and it's like it's contrary to the Holy Scriptures. You know what I'm trying to say. But I want to get this first scripture. Revelation 13:10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints, right? Esau Edom led us into captivity, us so-called blacks. Selling us, killing our children, raping our women, setting us on fire, cutting us up, whipping us with them whips. They were doing all types of crazy shit, evil shit. That's why they gotta pay for it. That's why they're going into captivity and slaughtering all the so-called Native American Indians. Not all of them, a lot of them. Taking their land, being a thief, taking the so-called Native American Indians' land, killing them and their children, then being proud and having the audacity to make up all they call Thanksgiving. But you can really call it Thanksgiving because that's the day of the slaughtering of the so-called Native American Indians. Right? They led us to captivity, so they're going into captivity. They killed us with the sword, so they're going to be killed with the sword. By nuclear thermal missile. By Yahushua and his army of angels. They're going into captivity to suffer for a very long time. And after 1,000 years, they're going to be erased off the planet Earth, and they're not going to exist no more. I want to get a scripture from over here. This is Genesis 36, verse 1. Now these are the generations of Esau, who is Edom. Right, the so-called white man is Edom. Esau Edom, according to the Holy Scriptures. Because everything that goes into Esau Edom describing how wicked Esau Edom is, it describes the so-called white man today on the earth. That's why the so-called white man is Esau Edom, according to the Scriptures. And Yahweh Shemashah hate Esau Edom. That's why he's going to bring his judgment. And Esau Edom is going through captivity, like Revelation 13:10 says. This is Romans 9:13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated, right? Yahweh Shemashah hates Esau Edom. And you got those people out there that say, oh, the Most High doesn't hate. The Most High is all love. He doesn't hate anything. Well, that's what you believe, but you're wrong. I just read the scripture. That's a cut. From saying that, the Most High doesn't hate, but he does hate. I'm trying to find another scripture. Hold on. This is Genesis 27, verse 41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. See, Esau wants to slay his brother Jacob. The Israelites, Esau Edom, been doing that for a long time, putting us in captivity, killing us even to this day. These so-called white cops shooting Jake up in the streets, Yeah. And if you want to go read this, you can go read this. This is judgment from Edom's cruelty to Jacob. This is Obadiah International Standard Version. I'm gonna read some of this. I'm gonna try to read all of it. Verse 10, Shane will overwhelm you because of the violence you inflicted on your brother Jacob, and you will be excluded forever. On the day you just stood by when strangers carried away Jacob's wealth and foreigners entered his gates, casting lots for Jerusalem, you were like just one of them. Verse 12, you should not have gloated over your brother on the day of his calamity. You should not have rejoiced when the descendants of Judah were perishing. You should not have boasted when they were in disgrace. You should not have entered the gate of my people. On the day of their disaster, also, you should not have gloated over Judah's misfortune. On the day of his disaster, nor should you have plundered his wealth. Verse 14, last verse. On the day of his disaster, and you should not have taken your stand at the crossroads to cut down his fleeing refugees, nor should you have handed over his survivors on the day of his disgrace, right? It's talking about Esau Edom being proud in what they shouldn't have done, but they wanted to be wicked, and they wanted to do it anyways. That's why they went into captivity. Judgment for Edom's cruelty to Jacob. See, the Lord's judgment and the Lord's judgment and Israel's final victory. If you want to go back and read it, you can. If you want to go back and read the whole thing, it's in Obadiah International Standard Version. Basically talk about Esau Edom's judgment. So I'm ending it off right here. Lord willing, I hope and pray that this lesson was edifying through the power and spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Until next time, I want to say Shalom.